welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I will be reading you guys a book, which I will be sharing you guys about that, or telling you guys about that in a little bit. So this is going to be a lo-fi ASMR, book reading video, because I'm using my mini mic right here, which you probably can't really see because the lighting's bad, but I will turn on my lamp in a moment, which brings me to this. Also in my video, I have my 100 to 90-year-old lamp that I'll be reading next to in this video, which I'll turn on in a second, like I said. In the title of this video, I think I'm just gonna basically say that I'm going to be reading next to my 1920s lamp, include that wording somehow in the title of the video. But I got this lamp at my local antique store. It's about $90, which on a side note is a great price for an art deco lamp from the 1920s, 1930s, around that time, because technically this could be from the 1930s. That's what the antique store was guessing, either 1920s or 30s, but just to make it simpler for the title, I'm just gonna put 1920s instead. The reason why this lamp is not on is because, hold on, before I show you guys the remote, the original cord, well, first of all, I got this at my local antique store around the time of my birthday back in March, and this is just a little nub of the original cord from the 20s or 30s, where you plug it into the wall to turn it on, and the switch to turn it on is right here, but the cord was really frayed and stuff, and my mom, she knows how much I really wanted to use this lamp, because she knows how much antiques and stuff mean a lot to me, especially from the 1900s to the 1920s, 30s, 40s even. But anyway, so she bought this light bulb on Amazon. I'll show you guys what it looks like. So she bought this light bulb on Amazon. It's a chargeable light bulb, and it charges in the back on there actually, and I really should charge this again, so hopefully it'll still be okay for this video. And the remote for this is right here, so what you do is the on button is green right there, so you just point at it and turn it on. I have it on the yellow setting, which is warm basically, and there's also, well, this actually orange is warm, I think. So actually no, sorry, this is the yellow setting, but I think I kind of like the orange warm setting the best. White looks like this if you're curious, but yeah, let's try warm for this video for the vibes. Well, I read to you guys Anne of Green Gables, so I just thought I would explain the lamp in this video for you guys, so that way you guys don't think that I had it plugged in with the original wiring, because I know that's bad now, because my mom, I just said, my mom explained that to me, but at the same time I think it's cool how she for my birthday this year came up with to buy that light bulb on Amazon, so I can still use it without having to plug it in. She is very creative, but now you guys can see me a little bit better. I'm just gonna try to adjust the lighting a little bit on my phone. Also, on a side note, I do have my Burger King beverage right here. It was soda, but I drank it already, so now there's water in it, and there's still ice in it. It feels very refreshing. It's very hot in my apartment, so I'll probably drink it maybe a little bit throughout this video. But like I said, in this video I'll be reading to you guys this book right here, Anne of Green Gables by recently, and it's actually like a children's chapter book. I do have the adult version of this book, which is right here. This is a very physically like big book, and it's very thick, but like the words on the pages are so small, so it might be kind of hard to read in this lighting. So instead, I'm gonna read you guys a little bit, just a little bit of the children's version, because like the words are bigger, so I'll be able to see it better in this lighting. But yeah, I'm super excited. I love Anne Green Gables. The show starring Megan follows the 1985 version of it, as well as Anne with an E, you know, the Netflix show. And hopefully the quality, like the video quality, will be better for this video. On a side note, since I did change the settings in my phone, because lately when I've been uploading videos for you guys, the video quality hasn't been the best, and I couldn't figure out for the longest time why that is. So I did do a test video. I privately uploaded a video after I changed the settings, and it looked fine. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this one does good. If it doesn't, if it still looks like the coloring looks weird and stuff, I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my phone. Ever since it updated, it's been acting weird. But here's my bookmark. I thrifted it. It's so cute. It was 15 cents, because originally it was 29 cents when it was half off. Anyways, let's begin. So chapter 1 is A Surprise at Green Gables. Okay. Mrs. Rachel Lynde was a nosy neighbor, but good-hearted. She kept an eye on everything that happened in Avonlea. One afternoon in early June, she sat looking out her window. She saw Matthew Cuthbert heading out of town in his buggy, dressed in his best clothes. Now, where was he going dressed up like that, and why? After tea, Mrs. Lynde went over to Green Gables to see Marilla Cuthbert, Matthew's sister. They had lived on neighboring farms for many years. The two women couldn't be more different. Mrs. Rachel Lynde was plump and outspoken and nosy. Marilla was thin and quiet and kept mostly to herself. Mrs. Lynde asked where Matthew had gone. Marilla told her that he went to pick up the orphan boy they were adopting. She explained that when they heard that Mrs. Alexander Spencer was going to adopt a little girl from the orphanage, she and Matthew sent a message to her. They asked her to pick out a boy about 11 years old for them. Matthew was getting older, and they thought a boy could help him with farm chores. Today, Matthew had gone to the train station to bring the boy home to their farm, Green Gables. Mrs. Rachel Lynde was shocked. She could not picture serious Marilla and shy Matthew adopting orphans either. It was foolish, she said, and risky. She told Marilla awful stories about orphans who caused lots of trouble. There was a boy who set the house on fire, and another girl who poisoned the whole family. Well, we're not getting a girl, said Marilla firmly, and besides, Matthew has his mind set on this. And as for the risk, there are risks with having one's own children. And there are pictures in this book, by the way, because again, it's a children's chapter book. But anyways, meanwhile, Matthew had arrived at the train station. There was no sign of a train. Matthew spoke to the station master and told him he was picking up an orphan boy. The man pointed to the far end of the train platform. A thin child sat there on a a stack of roofing shingles, clutching a shabby little carpet bag. There was a passenger dropped off for you, but it is a little girl, the station master said. Oh, I'm not expecting a girl, said Matthew. It's a boy I've come for. The station master whistled. Guess there's been some mistake. Go ask her. Matthew walked down the train's platform toward the girl. She was a child of about 11, dressed in a very short and ugly yellow dress and a faded brown sailor hat. Her red hair hung down her back in thick braids. She was very thin, with large green eyes sparkling in her red. Sorry, what? I'm very tired, guys. I cannot read this right. It's, on a side note, almost 1 o'clock in the morning, so I apologize for me reading weird. Let me try that sentence again. She was very thin, with large green eyes sparkling in her freckled face. She stood up and stuck out her hand to Matthew. Are you Mr. Matthew Cupforth of Green Gables? She asked. I was afraid you weren't coming for me. I was imagining all the things that could have happened to keep you away. Then I saw that big cherry tree down the tracks. And that's the picture. I thought if you didn't come, I would walk down there. I could climb up in the tree and spend the night in the branches. Wouldn't it be nice to sleep in a cherry tree, all covered with blossoms? And I knew that you would come in the morning if you didn't come tonight. Matthew shook her hand. He decided to take her home, even though she was a girl. He couldn't tell her there had been a mistake. Matthew decided that they could sort it out later at home. I'm sorry I was late, he said shyly. Come along, I'll carry your bag for you. Oh, I can carry it, she told him happily. It has everything I own in it, but it's not heavy at all. It's a long drive to your place, isn't it? Oh, it seems so wonderful that I'm going to live with you. I've never belonged to anybody before. During the long ride to Green Gables, she did nothing but talk. Matthew liked her company, which was rare for him. He was usually very shy, especially with women and little girls. She talked about her life at the orphanage and about the red roads and what made them that way, and about pretty dresses with puff sleeves, and about the trip from the orphanage too. Prince Edward Island on the boat. She even talked about talking too much. Okay, that's funny. Would you rather I didn't talk? She asked Matthew. Oh, you can talk as much as you like, Matthew told her. I'm so glad. I know you and I are going to be great friends. It's so nice to be able to talk when you want to. People always tell me that children should be seen and not heard, but I don't believe that's true. She held up one of her thick braids. What color would you call this? She asked. It's red, ain't it? Matthew answered. Yes, it's red, she sighed. I don't mind being skinny and having red freckles, but I hate my red hair. You just can't be perfectly happy when you have red hair. I wish it was black, but it's just plain old red. When they got close to Green Gables, they passed by Perry's pond. The little girl loved the way the water sparkled in the sunset. She thought Barry's Pond was too plain of a name for such a pretty place. She renamed it the Lake of Shining Waters. And this is the Lake of Shining Waters, by the way. I guess. So yeah. I just love romantic names, she told Matthew. When I don't like the name of something, I just give it a new name of my own. After they passed the Lake of Shining Waters, Matthew said, we're pretty near Green Gables now. They're ahead in a little valley. Anne's eye fell on a pretty white house with a green gabled roof. Oh, I've been afraid it was all a dream. I thought I'd never have a real home, the child chirped. But here it is. It's real and we're home. Matthew had only spent a little while with this girl, and already she had charmed him with completely. He dreaded telling the child that she'd have to go back to the orphanage the very next day. Matthew couldn't break her heart that way. He'd leave that to Marilla. Marilla was always better with problems of this sort. Matthew Cuthbert, who's that? Marilla demanded as they walked into the kitchen. Where is the boy? There wasn't any boy, said Matthew. There was only her. The station master said she was dropped off for us. She was all alone. I couldn't just leave her at the station. The child burst into tears. You don't want me because I'm not a boy, she cried. Nobody ever did want me. Marilla and Matthew didn't know what to say. Neither of them was used to being around children. Finally, Marilla said, there's no need to cry about it. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit. Okay. Anyway. Yes, there is need. The child looked up at them through her tears. You would cry too if you were an orphan and had come to a place you thought was going to be home, and then you found out they didn't want you because you're not a boy. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Well, said Marilla, you'll stay here tonight, and tomorrow we'll go to Mrs. Spencer's house and sort this out. What's your name? Anne Shirley, the child answered, but please call me Cordelia. Anne is such an unromantic name. Unromantic fiddlesticks, said Marilla. Anne is a good, sensible name. Well, if you must call me Anne, please call me Anne, spelled with an E. It looks so much nicer that way, the girl requested. Very well, Anne, spelled with an E. Can you tell us how this happened? Marilla asked with a hint of a smile. We sent for a boy. Weren't there any boys at the orphanage? Oh, there were plenty of boys, but Mrs. Spencer said you wanted a girl. Anne explained she adopted Lily Jones for herself. Lily has beautiful curly brown hair. If I had brown hair, would you keep me? No, Marilla said. Mrs. Spencer must have been mistaken. We sent her a message, but we should have gone ourselves. We want a boy to help Matthew on the farm. A girl would be of no use to us. Well, we may as well eat anyway. Anne was just so upset that she couldn't eat much dinner. She just sat there and moped all through the meal. I guess she's just tired, said Matthew. Best put her to bed, Marilla. Marilla lit a candle and told Anne to follow her. They went through the oh-so-clean house to the east gable room. The bedroom was bare and stark white. There was no little girl frills anywhere in it. Anne put on her threadbare nightgown and crawled under the covers of the bed. Good night, Marilla said. How can you call it a good night? It's funny. Anne demanded. It's the worst night I ever had. She angrily pulled the covers over her head. Marilla went back to the kitchen to wash the dishes. Well, this is a pretty kettle of fish we've landed in, she said. This girl will have to be sent back to the orphanage. Well, now, she's a nice little thing, Marilla, said Matthew. It's kind of a pity to send her back when she's so set on staying here. Matthew Cuthbert, you don't mean to say we ought to keep her? Marilla was surprised. We might be some good to her, said Matthew. Matthew Cuthbert, I believe that child has enchanted you. I can see as plain that you want to keep her. Well, now, she's a real interesting little thing, persisted Matthew. You should have heard her talk coming from the station. Oh, she can talk fast enough. I saw that at once. I don't like children who have so much to say. I don't want an orphan girl, and besides, there's something I don't understand about her. No, she's got to be sent back. I could hire a boy to help, said Matthew. And she'd be company for you. I don't need company, said Marilla. And I'm not going to keep her. Well, now, whatever you say, Marilla, said Matthew. I'm going to bed. To bed went Matthew, and to bed when she had put the dishes away went Marilla, frowning. And upstairs in the east gable room, a lonely, heartbroken, friendless child cried herself to sleep. Alright, that's chapter 1, like I said, guys, so that's all I'm gonna read for this video, because actually I did not plan for this video to be long. So, yeah, so like, due to that reason, I really hope you guys enjoyed what I did get to read, though. Yeah, so I just really hope you guys enjoyed this, like I keep saying. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Hope you guys also enjoyed the coziness of this video and the fact it was lo-fi. Hope you guys enjoyed looking at my lamp from the 1920s or from the 1930s, somewhere around there. Oh, I forgot to do a thumbnail for this video. Hold on, guys, before I wrap it up, I'm going to do a thumbnail. My hair is a mess. I washed it, and every time I wash it, it gets frizzy. It's so annoying. Okay. Alright, I think that's good enough.